He buried the war, but it found him. This exposition establishes the protagonist, Jonah Vex, and his intense internal conflict, contrasting his violent rituals with a desperate search for peace. The scene builds a gritty, visceral atmosphere before introducing the inciting incident, the arrival of his former commander, which shatters his fragile sanctuary and pulls him back toward the world he fought to escape. Please listen to the chapter 1. In the heart of Bangkok, a man known as the Devil of the Fighting Pits confronts the ghost of a war he tried to bury. The air in the underground pit is a suffocating mix of sweat, smoke, and the sharp, metallic smell of exertion. From a frayed wire, a single bare bulb swings, its harsh light throwing wild, dancing shadows across the faces of a roaring crowd. In the center of a makeshift ring, the fight is over. It ends not with a bell, but with the sickening crack of wood on bone. Jonah Vex stands over his fallen opponent, the man's body twitching on the dusty canvas. Vex's chest heaves, each breath a struggle. Sweat gleams on his formidable physique, tracing the network of old scars that cover his skin like a roadmap of a violent past. He wears a tattered red cloth tied around his forehead, holding back his unruly, sweat-matted dark hair. But his eyes, deep-set and haunted, are a world away, staring at something beyond the grimy concrete walls. He does not gloat. There is no victory here, only a brief, hollow quiet. The roar of the gambling crowd washes over him, a chaotic wave he doesn't seem to hear. He lowers the 2 lengths of scarred rattan, his movements economical, precise, the lethal grace of a predator who has just made a kill. This ritual isn't for money or fame. It's an attempt to silence the ghosts within him, trading one form of violence for another. Then, the sea of bodies parts. A figure emerges from the shadows at the edge of the ring, a man who does not belong. His military bearing is crisp, his posture straight, a stark contrast to the desperate energy of the pit. Colonel Samuel Ironwood steps into the light, his face a testament to hard-earned authority, etched with lines of deep concern. He says nothing. He doesn't need to. Vex's head snaps toward the new arrival. His entire body goes rigid, the post-combat exhaustion vanishing in an instant, replaced by a tense, predatory stillness. The noise of the arena, the shouting, the arguing, the counting of money, fades into a distant, muffled hum. The world shrinks to the space between 2 men. Vex, the warrior trying to escape his nature, and Ironwood, the man who represents the duty, the loyalty, and the state-sanctioned war he fled. The air between them crackles, charged with unspoken history. The war he tried to bury has just found him. Thank you for watching this program. If you find it interesting, don't forget to subscribe so that I have the motivation to continue telling the next parts. The most sacred place, a warrior is reborn. This pivotal scene marks the crystallization of the story's central conflict, where the fragile peace Vex has built is shattered by the call of loyalty. The tone shifts from somber tranquility to intense, grim resolve, signifying the death of a hope for peace and the reawakening of the inescapable warrior within. Please listen to the chapter 2, The Unspoken Oath, A Warrior's Peace Shattered. The midday sun beats down on the monastery courtyard, a heavy, oppressive weight. Dust motes dance in the thick shafts of golden light that cut through the humid Bangkok air. Here, tranquility has a sound. The whisper of a soft wind through prayer flags, the gentle scrape of a distant rake on gravel. Amidst this sacred calm stands Jonah Vex. Shirtless, his formidable physique is a tapestry of silvery scars, each a silent story of a past he came here to bury. His movements are deliberate, a man practicing peace. But this sanctuary is about to be violated. An outsider appears, a man whose crisp, dark suit wilts instantly in the heat. He moves awkwardly across the weathered stone, his polished shoes utterly alien in this place of dust and devotion. He is a government liaison, a specter from a world Vex left behind. He stops before Vex, his face a mask of bureaucratic detachment. The gentle sounds of the monastery seem to fade into a vacuum as he speaks, his voice flat, clinical. He reports that Colonel Ironwood proceeded with the mission alone. There's a slight pause, a beat of manufactured gravity. He has been captured. The words hang in the air, a poison that kills the silence. For a long, deafening moment, nothing moves. The world itself seems to hold its breath. Then, a tremor, almost imperceptible, runs through Vex's coiled muscles. The news doesn't make him shout. It strikes him with the concussive force of a physical blow, a silent explosion deep within his soul. His body goes rigid, the practiced calm shattering like glass. The long, internal war he has waged, the hermit's resolve against the warrior's instinct, is over in a single brutal instant. His hands, which moments ago were relaxed at his sides, slowly clench into fists so tight the knuckles turn white. His jaw sets into a line as hard as the ancient stones beneath his feet. The haunted, distant look in his eyes vanishes, replaced by a cold, sharp light, the glint of lethal purpose. As the sun casts deeper shadows across the courtyard, they seem to fall directly over him, shrouding him in a darkness he knows all too well. His choice is no longer about peace. It is about an unspoken oath, an unwavering loyalty to the only man who never gave up on him. The state has failed. Now, the individual must act. He stands motionless, a statue of cold fury, his path now irrevocably set toward the heart of the war zone. Thank you for watching this program. If you find it interesting, don't forget to subscribe so that I have the motivation to continue telling the next parts.